So they decided, we'll make it 10, that's easy. You may know your 10 times tables, I'm not sure, but counting in tens. So they decided to change the money system to a decimal currency. Now, the old people out there will remember little jingles like, click goes the shears. It's all coming back, isn't it? Yeah. Because we were taught by the monetary system, by the government, to learn the little jingle and how to go from 12 pence to 10 cents. I think you know 10 cents. Maybe a while back, before you had little plastic cards to buy everything. So we went from 12 pence to 10 cents. So we had a little jingle, and we had to, and it was hard for a lot of old people. I was only 12 at the time, so it wasn't so hard for me, but it was very difficult for the old people to learn to convert their money from 12 to 10, which was easier really. And I want to show you some of the old money, because maybe you've never seen it unless Grandpa, Nan or Pa may have shown you, but your mum and dad probably haven't, because they weren't alive then. But I want to show you some money I have. Just come up here a little bit and I'll show you. See all this? This is old money. This side here first, see this? And you older people will just visualise this, I'm sure you'll remember. These are what we call 2 shillings. Well, we'll start this end here. This is what we called a penny. Have you ever heard of a penny? A penny? Yes, you have? Great. Well, that's a penny. What's it got on it? A kangaroo. That's got a kangaroo on it. And there's one with a kangaroo. But this was an old penny from the year 1900. That's like 126 years ago. See that? They're old pennies. And maybe the older children might like to come and have a look at this after church, because it's quite interesting. These were my father-in-law's coins, and he was born just 1 year after that penny was made in 1900. He was born in 1901, and he would be 125 now. That's Bob's dad. Yeah, he was really old. And that's his penny. So he had that from a year before he was born. It's a long time ago, isn't it? It looks very old. There's 3 there, different. And this one's got a kangaroo.
Where do you keep them?
Oh, in a special box at home. Yeah, in the back of the cupboard. Okay, so that was a penny. And this was called a halfpenny, which is half a penny. You remember that? That's a half a penny. It's smaller, isn't it? See that? Yeah? Wait, yeah, they're called 3 pennies. And look how small they are. See how small they are? You touch them. Feel that one. See? It's very light. Yeah? So they're 3 pennies, and these people out here will be remembering these. They've got different little pictures on them. That one's got wheat on it, 3 little sheaves of wheat. And this one's got, tell me what that one's got on it. It's a kangaroo and an emu. And you know what? We went to the zoo yesterday, and I think Vince may have a picture there. We saw a kangaroo and an emu together, and it reminded me of the kangaroo and emu. Look, laying down together. See that? At the zoo. And have you got another photo of it? There you are. And they were laying together, and Bob says, there's our national emblems together. Okay, so that was the 3pence, and this is a 6pence, like this is worth 6 of those. See the size of it? I want you to remember the sizes, okay? And this one here is a shilling. Oh, Dad knows. This is a shilling. What's that got on it?
Cow?
Yeah, it's a sheep. It's a sheep. That's right. That's a shilling, and this is a 2 shilling, or a florin it was called, but 2 shillings. See that? And they've got different things on them, haven't they? Have a look at this. See, can you see what's on that one there? That one's got a kangaroo and an emu. What's that one got on it? Kangaroo and a... Is it a lion? It's a strange one, isn't it? It's a lion. Yeah. Now, on these coins, these are the old coins, okay? So on the back of them, they had the king or queen. Do we have a king or queen now? A king. We've got King Charles. But his mum was called Elizabeth. So you find that Elizabeth's face is on the back of them. See that? And you can tell the age of the coin. That one's got Elizabeth, a lady, queen. These ones there have got her father, King George the VI. But look, I'll show you an old one here. This is a very old coin. It's 1855, and it's got his father. No, that was a different one. His father, again, and then this one's older, and it's got Queen Victoria right back, that far back. So that's a very, very, very old coin. Look at that. So remember the faces. See the faces on that one? She's a very old queen. So that's the old money that we knew. All these older people, older than about 60 years, I think it is. Yes, 60 years. So now these are coins you know. Lily, you know these ones probably. Maybe. You lost your coins. This is a 50-cent piece. Now remember the size of it and look at the colour. What do you think's in that one? Do you think it's gold in that one? Or silver? Silver. Yeah, that's got silver. Okay, a bit of silver. And this one here is what happened. People were mistaking. You know these coins, don't you? You know the 20 cent and the 10 and the 5. You probably don't know these two, the 2 and the 1, do you? Because we got rid of them a long time ago, I think, didn't we? Yeah, they're worth nothing. And you try and remember in the Bible what coins were worth not much. Just think about that one. Look, that's a 5, 10, 20 and a 50. And look, they changed the 50 to have corners on it like that, so you didn't get it mixed up with the 20. People were getting mixed up. Okay, and there's some dollars. See that? 1, 2 and 5. That's paper. Okay, now, I want you to think about Jesus. In Jesus' day, do you think he had money or do you think he had a piece of plastic? You know? What do you think? Did he have money? Yeah? Yeah, Jesus did have money in his day. I've got a little note here of what he used to use. He used to use a denarius, or a denarii is a plural, denarius, and that was like a penny, and it was silver. And it was used, it was like a day's wage, okay? This is all in the Bible. You go home and check it out, make sure we're right. The denarius was a penny, it was silver, and it was a day's wage. And then there was a shekel. Have you heard these names from the Bible? A shekel? A shekel was used in the temple, and it was worth 2 denarii. And then there was a stater. Stater was worth 4 denarii. And there used to be people in the... remember the money changer in the temple where Jesus tossed out the table, tossed the table up and the money went everywhere? Do you remember that? Well, that was the exchanger. What they used to do, they'd come in from a different country with different money and they'd need to change it to the temple money. So that they were in the temple changing the money, weren't they? And Jesus came in and saw them doing a lot of business in the church, in the temple, I mean. And so he was a bit mad that day, wasn't he? And he threw the table up and money went everywhere. There would have been lots and lots and lots of silver because people used to have silver and they'd have to change it to smaller change. Yeah. and he used to change the foreign money, and he'd do banking. They had banking, and they earned interest on their money. And the money that was in the temple was 94%. Now, how do I put that? It was nearly pure silver, nearly pure silver, and it probably looked like that. And so I want you to think about the money that was on the table was lots and lots of this real silver. That's not real silver, but like that. And then, remember the story about the widow with the 2 mites? Remember that? The widow's mites? They might have been something like that. These are actually farthings. That's a half a penny, a farthing. But I'd say they were more like this. This is the 1 cent piece and the 2 cent piece, the smallest money, and it was made of bronze. And I think that's what the widow may have put in the offering. And Jesus watched her, and he knew that that's what she had, that's all she had. And she put everything she had into the offering that day. Yeah, so would you like to take one or two? Would you like to take a 2 cent and a 1 piece? Take them. And you can take it home to remember the widow's mite. Look, Lily, that one is a 2 and that's a 1. Would you like to take that? A 2 and a 1, okay? Would you like to take a 2 and a 1? Just to remember, you won't see them again. Okay, you've all got a 2 and a 1. Have you got one? Okay. Okay. Thank you for listening, everybody. Okay.